Doing a 5 petal rose.
Yeah.
So you've got the 5 fat teardrops
Are
facing
they the
you.
same size, or are they slightly different? They're slightly different, aren't they?
They really don't matter if they're the same size or
Okay.
not, so don't be conscious of trying to make them all the same size. You're always going to start smallest to largest as you go along. So you get the side of the cellophane, it's closest to you, and fold over.
And this is just like the Polly Pocket or something like that, isn't it? You could just cut the edges and...
Yeah, A4 plastic wallet or piece of cellophane. When I first started doing it, I used the cellophane for flowers that I had left over from a bouquet. So your index finger, you're pushing forward and side to side to create a flat petal shape.
Okay, yeah.
You can do that one if you like.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going forward
Right.
and then side to side.
Yeah. Just spread out a little bit.
Yep, and you just run your finger right over the edge just to make sure it's as thin as an actual flower petal. So you keep this nice and thick, so it feels like a slope from thick to thin. No pressing in the centre. The most common mistake is people press in the centre of the petal, which makes the petal weak. The reason we're keeping the petal nice and thick in the centre is because it is made out of fondant icing, so it needs a little bit of stability.
Yeah, Pro, you were so fast. There we are.
200. Yeah, I sat there watching the descenders at night, I could knock 70 up straight away. So peel it back. As I say, it's non-stick, so that peels straight back, just like that. Your first petal, you're going to hold and curl from one side to the other, and that is just to create a spiral in the middle. That's the only one that you do different from the rest are going to be exactly the same. So you take the next smallest petal, hold it behind, making sure it's as high or a bit higher than the centre, and you give it a bit of a pull. And you don't worry about ripping it because you've kept it nice and thick there, so it's not going to rip. And by pulling it, you're making the petal stand upright. You don't want floppy petals. So again, the next smallest one, holding it behind, having a bit of an overlap from the last, making sure it's as high or higher than the centre, and giving it a pull and wrapping it round.
So you're going to end up with all this ice at the bottom?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it for now.
Don't worry about it for now, no. So holding it behind, giving it a pull, wrapping it round. As I say, always the most important thing is the pulling and making sure it's as high as the centre at this stage. Otherwise you're going to spiral down like a trumpet rather than a rose. Last petal, pulling it round. So your flower's like this. This is where you can snap off this excess fondant icing and put to one side. So starting from the outside, working your way in, you gently curl the petals.
So you just index finger and thumb,
yeah,
just curl it.
Very gently pulling back. You're not pinching it into a point. Just very gentle, like a rose petal, just to give it more of a natural look. And that's just the basic fondant rose for your cupcakes.
So perfect.
So we'll leave that there to dry, and then we're going to ice a cupcake red. Now you go back to your non-stick board, or you can even use your cellophane as a non-stick surface. Rather go on the cellophane.
Make it easier.
Yeah. Better than having to buy the really large non-stick boards.
Yeah.
So putting your icing down and using a non-stick rolling pin, lifting the icing up to make sure it's not stuck. Like a cupcake cutter. Making sure you can hear it down on the surface so you know it's cut properly. Peel the excess icing away.
And all this is in the book, in the course at the back?
In the cupcake course. So taking your cupcake, peeling off the fondant and making sure it meets one side of the foil. That way it's really easy then just to tuck it in. And again using that part of your hand, smoothing it. And the red really buffs up, red like and the black really buff up nice and shiny. So I always tell people on my course to spend, a good minute doing this, just getting in contact with the fondant, getting used to the fondant so you're not scared of the fondant. It's all in preparation for cake decorating, remember. Nice and shiny.
Beautiful.
On this one we're going to do a stenciling technique. Now you may have any odd cutter around the house, even a small cookie cutter. you take your stencil and you want to make an imprint in the top of the icing.
So what are we making? What's the imprint on?
This is a handbag.
Handbag?
Yeah, but say like on your cake boards, it's a really nice little technique you can use on any eye surface just to give it a little point of interest. So taking your stencil on top of the cupcake, you just want to press down and rock backwards and forwards just to make sure it's imprinted evenly. And then some edible glitter. You just want to dab the glitter. You don't want to pinch it because you don't want it in your nails and you don't need a lot. Just dab it loosely on top of where the stencil is. Just very loosely. You're not trying to put it in the lines or trying to get it into the indent. And again, using this part of your hand, you give a rub over. And it makes the glitter go into the indented shape. It's really simple, easy design with any sort of cutter or stencil you've got laying around the house. So we have a quilted one and a stencil one. So next we're going to do a marbling technique. So you'll have a little bit of red icing left over. This is the same way you'd marble icing to go on top of your cake. Okay. Make a fat sausage. And with your white you've got, make another one and place them on top of each other. The quantity doesn't matter. Okay. So any bits are left over, it's all about using up your bits of icing and making different decorations. So you want to twist and fold this 3 times. This is in the book, step by step, the images, and it's going to look like that. And you just want to plonk it down, basically. That's
so just the 3?
3
you don't want to overmix it because otherwise you'll just probably blend too much. Yeah, well I would say, I don't know, odd numbers seem to work. For a nice bold print, do 3. If you don't like the pattern, do it 2 more times. I would say 3, 5 or 7 for the most patterning on the icing. So you just want to roll it backwards and forwards. And the good thing about having a non-stick surface as well, for doing this, you can peel it off and decide which side you'd like to use for your pattern. Using the cupcake cutter, use it as a viewfinder and go over the icing, pick out the best pattern, and ice the cupcake exactly the same way before, as your cupcakes. Tucking it in. Yeah, we're doing the buffing again.
Doing the buffing, yeah, your best tool you have. And this is really nice because the red really shines through with the white. So we have a marbled, a stencil and a quilted, and the last bit you have left over, you're mixing it together. So this is good on the course for people to get used to colouring their icing. So you just pull in and folding until there's no streaks.
No streaks.
And you have a nice shade of pink. So you've created yet again another colour. So you could make a pink rose maybe now. So you've got different contrast on your cupcakes. Or you could do pink and white, make a pink and white marbled cupcake, which is what I'm going to do now.
So it's just another way of actually making colour, rather than just using the gel paste or anything like that. So just
it's good to just
mix different types of icing.
Yeah, just when you've got one colour, all the different variations of decorations you can do with that one colour. Instead of thinking I need to buy this to make this or make that, you can make dozens of different decorations as shown in the book. So again, I'll do 5 twists this time so you can see a different pattern.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So twist and fold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down like that.
I can see the pattern.
There's nice patterns in it with 5 twists also. But again, you can choose which side.
This works better, yeah.
Which do you think, Neli?
I think the other one.
That one?
Yeah, just there.
Yeah. So you wouldn't have to go at icing this cupcake.
Good practice. There we are.
Take a bit of twist.
To the edge.
Yeah, lining it up. You don't need to move the forward, use your finger and tuck it in. That's it, and then magic part of your hand. Yeah. It's good to have that contact with the fondant.
This is the best bit. There we are.
We find people on the course who start doing it and they don't want to stop.
Quite therapeutic this is.
Look, yeah.
This is better than cleaning and shining. Yeah.
Lovely, that's beautiful. That's a lovely cupcake. So you've got a 3-fold, a 5-fold.
And a pink and a red, yeah.
And again, then you can mix this together and you can create yet again another shade of pink where you could make different decorations on wires or again a different colour rose. So the amount of decorations you can do with just one pack of red icing is endless really. So we have them, we have our cupcakes already. I'm going to put them in a presentation box.
These are nice and black, normally you see the white ones.
Yeah, I like black and strong colours. So, a little bit of edible glue. I'm going to place our rose on top of one of the cupcakes and go for the red marbled one. So a little tiny bit of glue in the centre and then taking your rose and just placing it on top. Now like an egg, the strongest part is the centre, so you want to hold it by the centre, push it down and it's stuck. Simple as that. Put it straight in the box. Decorations on wires. Now when you're placing these into your cupcake, you want to hold it by the wire, not by the icing. Ideally you obviously leave them overnight to dry, but in a cupcake that's strong enough. If you're doing on a larger cake and you had a longer wire, you'd need longer drying time. Place that in. That's that on top. And the other two.
And we're done.
And there you go, nice cupcake gift presentation box.
Perfect for any birthday, anniversary, any gift.
Any gift. Why do you need an occasion?
Oh, you can use it any time.
And there you go. You can also decorate the box with ribbon, make it extra special.
That's good.
There you go.